What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a good week and had a good weekend this past weekend. If you haven't watched my last video that I released about a week ago, I made another, my second bird dog video, and then my first one was made about a month and a half ago. So go back, if you haven't seen those, before you watch this one, this is going to be another bird dog video. So please go back and watch the first one and the second one. And then you can start watching this one just because it's like a series. I got the first one, the second one, and this is going to be probably the last one I do for bird dog. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you back here in a minute, guys. Cool. So what's up? I'm sitting here, I got my computer out. I'm going to be taking you guys on my bird dog software that I have that my investor let me use, or he set it up, and this is like how we communicate, and this is how I submit all of my stuff to him. So I'm going to go take you on there, but first I want to go ahead and take a few minutes. I've been watching some other bird dog videos on YouTube, and I've also been watching some wholesale videos. I've been going through and reading comments of other YouTubers. And I kind of saw that a lot of current YouTubers are kind of making titles for their videos called Bird Dog, how to get into bird dogging, like intro to bird dogging and all this stuff. But they're actually talking about wholesaling in the video. Like literally 100% going through the activities of a wholesaler, not a bird dogger. So bird dogging and wholesaling are two separate things, but they do have a lot of similarities in terms of like how to conduct the business and how to find the properties and how to get in touch with the owners and the sellers and stuff like that. So I just want to take a few minutes. I'm going to do a little presentation of the difference between wholesaling and the difference between bird dogging. So I'm going to start out with bird dogging. So I just have my notebook right here. And as you guys can tell, this is where I keep all my notes and stuff for bird dogging and wholesaling and random stuff related to real estate. So I'm just going to rip off two pieces of paper, a few pieces of paper. So we're going to act like these are our contracts. These are going to be contract 1 and 2, and this is going to be contract for the bird dog. So, with bird dogging, if you haven't seen my last videos, go ahead and watch the last two videos. I already made my past two videos I uploaded for my bird dog series, where the first one was going over how to find the job, how to get it, and just some like little key tips of how to get started and what it can do for you. My second video was going a little bit in depth about what properties to look for, like where to find them at, and things like that. So this video is just going to be specifically on not comparing wholesaling and bird dogging, but I guess showing the differences, because I keep seeing a lot of people getting bird dogging and wholesaling completely confused. So I just want to clear this up for you guys. So if I were a bird dog, say I'm this 19-year-old dude. You saw one of my last videos, and I'm interested in becoming a bird dog, getting my foot in the door in real estate. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to go on Indeed or Snag a Job or Craigslist or anyone you know that invests in real estate, reach out to them and ask them if they'd be interested in working with you. So you did that, you got in contact with the investor, and you were able to get to come on board on his team to be a bird dog. So what's going to happen after you go out and you find the job on one of those outlets, whatever you choose, how you find it's up to you. So once you find it, you're going to get in contact with them. Some of them might be just a regular job posting. So it's going to be pretty simple. You just type in your information, your application, whatever, send it to him. He's going to get back to you. The way it worked with me is I was just on Indeed, or I wasn't on Indeed. I got a notification from Indeed that there was a real estate property finder job open. I was like, oh wow, let me get on there. I didn't really have to submit an application just because it's not like formal employment. So really all I had to do was just answer. It was just a little questionnaire, like 5 questions, like why are you interested in real estate? Have you done any real estate activities before? What's your background in real estate? And I think the last one was like, where do you see yourself in 5 years in the industry of real estate? So Once I answered those, he got back to me. He was like, yeah, we're glad to have you on board. So then the first thing with bird dogging, once you find the job, this is going to be the contract. This is representing the contract between me as the bird dog and then the investor. So the investor, once he approves me for the job, he thinks we're going to be a good fit on the team, he's going to send me over either DocuSign or some other type of way. He's going to send me the contract, and it's literally just going to be an employment contract. It's going to have the language of I'm working for him, he's compensating me deal by deal, and the period, there's like a certain, some of them will have a certain period, so it's like 6 months, and there's going to be a specific date of when the contract between you and him will terminate. So this contract between the bird dog and the investor is not a contract to buy a property. It's not a contract to assign a property. This is literally just an employment contract between the bird dog and the investor, saying that the bird dog works for the investor and that they are in business together. So then you just sign this. He's going to sign it. You're going to send it back to him. However he sent it to you, you're going to return the favor. And then after that happens, he's going to put most times they're going to put you on some type of like depending on how you answer the questionnaire, if they have one, they're going to put you on some type of onboarding, like training, I guess. So the training for bird dogging it's not really too intense or anything. It's probably just going to be some online program, a video or something with a little bit of commentary. It's going to tell you what is bird dogging, you know, like well, at least my video was the investor that I'm working for. He actually sent me the video himself. It was actually him on a whiteboard. He was going over what he's looking for, what is bird dogging, how many bird dogs he has, like what type of business they do with bird dogs, and he went into depth of where the bird dogs started and where they're at in the team now, if they moved up or did anything like that. So, you know, that's for the most part how it's going to work out. It's very, very simple, as long as you can find one of these jobs on one of these outlets. So that's very simple. I guess the reason that people are getting confused between bird dogging and wholesaling is that they kind of do the same activities. So as a bird dogger, once you sign this contract and you're on board and you go through the onboarding presentation or whatever they give you, then you're going to start, it's pretty much after that, he's going to take the leash off and you're going to be on your own. So what you're going to want to do is you can, just to get some clarification, you can go back and watch my other 2 videos. But really you're just going to go out, start driving around, try to find some properties. I would definitely recommend you guys invest in Deal Machine or PropStream. Those are going to be 2 very good outlets for you guys to get started. So really what you're going to do is just see what he's looking for, and then you're gonna, if you have knowledge of your community already, you're gonna know where those areas are at. But once you do know, you're gonna either drive around, find those type of areas, find what he's looking for, or you're gonna just go online, or whatever you want to do to look them up, the properties themselves. You're gonna do that, and then you're gonna go in your notebook. You're gonna write all your stuff down, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, the square footage, if there's been work done. Things like that. So you're going to write all that down, put it in your notebook, and then it's going to be way easier if you can put it in your notebook and then transfer it into like Word or document or like Google Docs or something like that, or Excel. You're going to want to put that in there, and then once you compile it all, you're going to want to write just like a little, like maybe a few sentences, nothing too intense, just about how you found the property, where it's at, why you. What I figured out that the investor that I work for likes is, it helps out a lot, is why you think that they should get the property. So it's not, you know, going out and doing all this stuff. You should at least give your opinion of why you think it would be a good property. Because if you're looking in an area that your investor doesn't know, like the investor I work with is in Anderson, and that's like 30 minutes away from where I'm at in Indy. So he might know some of these areas, but he doesn't know them as well as I do because I've lived here for the past 24 years of my life. So you're going to want to write like a little commentary of why you think he should invest there, what type of activity you see going on in the area, are there other properties getting redone, are there people buying and holding, things like that. If you know of any, you can drive around and see around your property that you're looking at, see if there's any homes around that have had work done, if there's any new buildings going up, any new construction, new grocery stores, like things like that. See how close it is to the busy road. If there's a big busy road, you might want to go check that out and see what the noise is like. Stand outside for a few seconds and see what the area is like. Things like that. And then once you do all that, you're literally just going to take that. If the investor has a portal for you, then you're going to just push it all in the portal, send it off to him, and let him do his work, and then he'll get back to you when he or she will get back to you when they're ready. And then while you're waiting for that, just keep doing the same thing, and sending them in. You could even work for multiple investors, like 2-3 investors at a time. If one investor doesn't want this property, send it to the next one. If they don't want this one, send it to the next one. If this one over here doesn't want this property, send it to the first one. You know, just send them all and see which investors want what properties and what might work for them and fit their needs of what they're looking for. And then literally you're just going to send it to them and just wait and see what they say. Some of them will contact you through the portal, and they will say, like, I rejected this property, it's not fitting my needs, there's not enough return in there, or it needs too much work, things like that. So once you see all that stuff, then you get an idea of, you know, maybe they want a one-story house, but they don't want like a whole bunch of work, or maybe they want like a 2-story house, but they don't want it to be like backed up to another house, or they don't want it to be on a lake or a river, things like that. So you're just going to have to submit these properties and see what the investor's going for. After that, some of them will pay you before it closes, and some, like if they're for sure going to close it, they'll be like, all right, here's your fee, go ahead, keep doing it, send them to me. But the majority of the time, at least in my experience, the investor is going to close on the deal first, and then he's going to pay you your $500, your $1,000, $1,500, whatever the fee was that you guys agreed upon is what he's going to pay you at that point. Okay, guys, do you guys understand that? I hope you do. If you have any questions about bird dogging, please be sure to go back and watch my other videos, or comment in the description below and let me know if you have any questions. Or you can DM me on Instagram or Snapchat, or send me an email or text me or anything. All that stuff's in my channel diagram or biography or whatever. So now that we have bird dog covered, I'm going to go over wholesaling. So with wholesaling and bird dogging, I guess the activities are the same. You're both looking for distressed properties. You're both looking for undervalued properties. You're both looking for properties that need work, and you're both trying to find a way to make money without actually owning the property. Because with wholesaling and with bird dogging, I would say bird dogging, if you're looking to get into wholesaling, investing, or anything, and you're fresh out of the gates, I would recommend bird dogging first. Try to find a bird dog gig and do that first, so you can get the knowledge and experience and stuff, and get paid while you're learning, essentially. And then you can move into wholesaling. From wholesaling, I would go to maybe fix and flipping if you have the money saved, and then you can go to buy and hold, or buy and hold and then fix and flip, rentals and stuff like that, so you can just keep growing. But bird dogging is like the ground floor of investing. This is probably the easiest way to make money. It's not a lot of money, but it's the easiest way to make side money, be able to learn the knowledge, and then get like in contact with investors and start talking to people in the community that can help you out and help level you up. So that's a good thing. Okay, so wholesaling. With wholesaling, what you're going to do is you're going to find the property, just like bird dogging. You're going to go out, you're going to drive around, you're going to look on Craigslist or Google, whatever you want to do to find these properties. You're going to find a property, and then you're going to write all this stuff down. You're going to look it up on Google or Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com, whatever it is. And then you're going to want to do just a little bit of due diligence. You're still going to want to have your notes on Word or your notebook or Transform or whatever. And you're going to want to write down the same thing: bedroom, bathroom, square footage. Has there been any work done? What's the area like? Some of them will want to know like how far away it is from downtown, proximity to like local bars and restaurants and grocery stores and stuff like that. The interstate. So I also have another video on YouTube going over how to do the due diligence. It works for bird dogging and wholesaling. Go ahead and watch that, and it goes over, you know, like looking for crime and transportation and like flood zones and stuff like that to have in mind when you're like writing up this the data. So really what you're going to do after you find the property for wholesaling, you go out, you find it, you're going to want to go on PropStream or Deal Machine. You're going to want to find the owner of the home, and on the reason I like Deal Machine and PropStream is because you literally can just be driving for dollars. It logs all your stuff, how many miles you drive and where you're at. If you're like sitting out front of a house, you're going to sit there, get on the app. It's going to have all the parcels already laid out with the address and stuff. If you're sitting out front, you're literally just going to click on the home, and then it's going to bring up another little side page. It's going to have the owner's name. If it's owned by a business, it's going to have the business name, the address, and then it's going to have like all their contact details, email, phone number, work phone, all that stuff already in there. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to try to skip trace that. You can either do it from the app, so you can send out like postcards and like mail letters and stuff like that to them. But I prefer it's just a little bit quicker and more efficient instead of doing all that and waiting for them to respond and wondering if they're responding or whatever, and then calling them and doing all this haggle stuff. It'd be smarter just to get the information, find out who owns the home. You can either go to the county building and try to find the county records of who owns it on Google or anything. Go actually to the legitimate building and try to find that. And then what you're going to want to do is once you have all the information, you're going to try to call the seller, ask them, are they looking to sell? Like how long have they been in the property? Have they done any work? Things like that. Do they owe any money on the home? Are there any any upcoming work that they already have planned that they're going to be doing to the home? Things like that. So once you get all that figured out, and you're going to start negotiating with them and saying, okay, well, this house, after all my due diligence, this house is worth like $80,000. Okay, the seller's either going to say, go screw yourself, or he's going to say, okay, let's work on some numbers and we can figure something out. So you say $80,000, he actually wants $85,000. Cool, you guys agree on $85,000. So what you're going to do is this is the first contract that you as the wholesaler are going to take to the seller, and it's going to be the whole contract of you are going to be wholesaling the home. So it's going to have the language of you're getting the property for $85,000 if it's not transferred to another buyer in a certain amount of days, and it's going to terminate. And you're going to want to have these contracts checked out by an attorney, obviously. But so it's going to have that language in there, and then you're going to want to have in the contract that you as the wholesaler can transfer it to another buyer. So what you're going to do is once you have this contract signed with the seller, you and the seller have this contract signed, allowing you. And they understand, you have to be sure to explain to them what you're doing. So they understand you're wholesaling it, helping them out. You got it for $95,000. So now, or $85,000. So now this piece of paper is essentially worth $85,000, this contract. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this contract and set it to the side. So that's your contract with the seller. This contract is hopefully knowing that you are going, while you're looking for the properties, every night before bed you're talking to people on real estate investment groups on Facebook, talking to friends and buddies, talking to your friends' parents, buddies, you got to go out places and you actually have to talk to people and let them know that you're wholesaling. If you have any friends that want to get into investing and they're looking to buy a property, maybe you talk to them. Whoever it is, you're going to want to find an investor that is willing to pay this price for the home. So once you find an investor on any of these outlets, you can even go on Instagram or like Twitter or something. You can talk, like if you see agents or people like, oh, new house just like going live this week, new listing or whatever. Talk to them, see if they work with any investors that would be interested in this deal. If it's in a high traffic area that a lot of people want to invest in, it's not going to be hard to find one. You can even go, wholesaling might cost a little bit more money just because if you can't find a buyer, an investor on your own, then you're going to probably want to go on Facebook or Instagram or even Google and start putting some ads up. Or you could even go get some bandit signs, start putting bandit signs out, start putting flyers out. Really let your marketing skills come out, and you're going to want to start marketing this property like you die tomorrow, pretty much. So then once you do all that work, you have the contract signed, you have with the seller, you have all the due diligence done, you have everything lined up, and all you need to find is a buyer at this point, the investor. So once you go out, you say you just went to some random real estate event, you went to go introduce yourself to some fellows. Next thing you know, you start talking about wholesaling. You said, oh, I'm actually looking for a property in this area. You said, great, I got one for you. So once he says, okay, let me look at the numbers, let me take a look at it, and I'll get back to you. So once he says that, you're going to want to send over all the due diligence that you've done in Word or Excel or whatever. You're going to want to send all that over to that person. So then he's probably going to call you and say, okay, this deal does or does not work for me. If he says it does work for you, immediately do not bullshit and immediately tie up his property with him. So this is the second contract that you're going to get between yourself and the buyer. So the buyer is going to sign all the contract. It's just going to talk about he's buying the property from you. So what you're going to want to do to make the money in wholesaling is if you have the property tied up with the seller for 85 grand, then you're going to want to take this property and you're going to want to upsell it to the investor for say 95 grand, 100 grand. So you're going to be making 10, 15,000 off of this deal. So once you get this signed with the buyer that has all the language in it saying that you're transferring the property from the seller to him and you are the middleman, you're going to take this contract with the buyer, this contract with the seller, you're going to take both of them signed and dated and everything done, take them to a title company. Okay, you're gonna want to find a title company in your area. The title companies, some of them will say we're not wholesale friendly, we are wholesale friendly. Most of them will know what wholesaling is. There are some out there that specialize in wholesale deals. So ideally, you'll want to find one of them in your area. Or maybe even the investor that's going to be buying the property will know. Maybe he's done wholesale deals before and he knows a good title company. So you're gonna want to figure that out. Take both contracts to the title company, and then you're going to go with him, the buyer and the seller. You're going to give the contracts to the title company, and then the title company is literally going to do everything else for you. They're going to take a look at both contracts and make sure everything lines up, everything's good and sound, and then they're going to start the transfer process. And then at that point, your job is essentially done. So once you take the two contracts to the title company, and the title company starts working on the transfer and looking up all the liens and all that stuff, then you at that point are just sitting back and you're waiting for your check. That's essentially it, guys. That's all you gotta do is just wait for the check. So once it goes through and everyone's happy, should take maybe about a few days, maybe a week to get the check. Some of them will give you the check right at closing. It just depends how your investor wants to do that. So at that point, you're done with it, and then you say thanks to the seller, you say thanks to the buyer, and you want to keep in contact with the buyer. Just every now and then, shoot him an email, shoot him a text, say, I'm still out here doing the work, I got a few more properties, would you be interested? Yes or no? He's going to say yes or no. You can even ask him, if you do bird dogging or wholesaling, after you get that first deal, go ahead and ask whoever the investor is or the buyer, ask them if they would mind if you put them on your buyer's list. Because essentially for wholesaling, the main thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find every person you talk to that's an investor, you're going to want to start building rapport, and you're going to want to start building a buyer's list. So I would recommend doing it in Excel, or you could find some type of app in your phone, or like maybe application or add-on on your computer. And you're going to want to literally keep like a Rolodex essentially. You're going to want to put all these numbers and all these names inside your database that you created, and keep in contact with them, and that's going to be your buyer's list. So every time that you get a property, whether it's bird dogging or wholesaling, you're going to want to just literally just blast it out. You could get their email. You can go in email and literally just put them all in one email and just blast it out to all of them and see who takes a bite and see who doesn't. Okay, it's really that simple. It's not actually super simple to do it in real life, but this is just a fair breakdown of how it's going to work, so you guys can get an idea, because I know me explaining my last videos and then seeing other YouTubers just explain the process, you can't really visualize it too well when they're just talking numbers and talking all this stuff. So yeah, I am really excited that I was able to show you guys this today. If I was going a little bit too fast, please go ahead, rewind the video, rewatch it, save any pins or anything that you want to see. So go ahead and do that. And if you would like to, please leave a comment and tell me if this helped out. If it didn't, still leave a comment and let me know so I can improve it. And if you have any questions, be sure to hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, text me, email me, leave a comment. And if you have any questions, I'll be sure to get back and answer those as soon as I can. So I really appreciate you guys sticking in with me today and getting some knowledge on how to wholesale and bird dog, and I guess the main differences between them. So yeah, I hope this guys helped out, and hope you guys have a good rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. Thanks so much. Have a good day. So what's up, guys? I'm here on my computer. I just wanted to go through and show you the software, or like the plugin that my investor has set up for me. So let's go ahead and go to the internet. So just off the bat, some investors, like I mentioned in the video, some of them aren't going to have this for you, but my investor already had this set up. So it's called findmynextdeal.com. I'm pretty sure with this website, you might even be able to just set up your own account, I'm assuming, or you could ask your investor to help set this up for you. Okay, so when you first log in, there's going to be this right here. Get started, find the deal, tips and strategies, submit the property, learn how to navigate the software, get paid. You scored a deal. Now it's time to collect. Cool. So this is just the landing page that they have. Property finder training, 50 minutes. So this is just a short little page right here. Over here, this is the investor that I work with. So just go to my account. So I guess I can't see that, but this is my properties page. So this is just some of the deals I've submitted. So this right here, these are all my deals I have. So this is how it's set up. But if you want to add a new property, you just go here, and literally this is it. You just type in the address, blah, 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 city, state, zip code, beds, baths, square foot, and then the notes. This is where I put like any work that's been done, what the area's like, and things like that we discussed. That's where this all goes. You just continue the details. Okay, I'm just going to type in my address. So like this. Continue the details. And then this is the page where you actually, so this is the lead sheet. And then you can type in, or you can upload videos. Like if you have photos or videos of the home, like you walked around it and you're like taking videos of the grass condition and like landscaping and stuff like that. This is where you would put any photos that you have. I would recommend if you're walking around a property and you see that there's like gutter damage or like broken windows or anything, if it's in really bad shape, I would definitely suggest taking some photos to upload them. And if you don't have any photos, or if you don't have this program, I would suggest getting Word document or Excel and just uploading the photos and stuff in there. So you guys can still, what I would recommend if you don't have this, just pull my video up and then pull up Excel or Word and literally just type in all this information. The lead sheet, just type in lead sheet, template or something, and then just copy all this stuff. And then literally, you can just type in the information and just keep saving it. So you don't have to do it every time. So you type in the seller's first and last name, email, phone number, best times to reach them, how did you hear about us? These two things you don't necessarily need to do. This is just like I normally just put normal operating hours just so you're not calling them late at night. But if they are in a different time zone, I would suggest figuring out the difference in that. So this is just the property info, the address, square footage, the year built, what kind of property. So you got villa, townhome, condo, apartment, all bed and breakfast, all this stuff. Different type of properties you can get. And then over here, this is like the seller. So this is also a good script that you guys could use. So if you're on the phone, you guys could just write these down, and this could be a good script to start talking to some sellers. So the reason for selling, how quickly you're looking to sell, how long you've been trying to sell, is the property vacant, yes or no? How long has it been vacant? Asking price. Ask them how did they come up with that price? Like were they looking at their estimate? Or were they looking at different property values, or like how did they come up with that?
how much is owed, how much you think the house is worth compared to what they're asking, behind any payments, need any repairs, yes or no. If you do, ask them if they've had any estimates or quotes on any repairs that they think might need done, just to get an idea. That's going to save a lot of time and money on investors' part. And then any extra comments you can just put down here. So yeah, I would say go ahead, and if you guys don't have this set up, this is a good thing to have. So I would say just write lead sheet on Google Doc or something, just name it that, um, and then literally just kind of pause the video and write all this stuff down on your computer, your notes, so you can kind of see exactly what you should be saying, what you should be looking for on the back end of it. So yeah, this is just what I use, uploads, notes. If I go back to my properties, some of the ones I've submitted, this is where it says rejected, needs revision, needs revision, and rejected. I'm just going to trash this one because that's the one I just did. So these are all the addresses. So say I just click on this one. It brings up all the information. I didn't really put any information in there just because I couldn't find any. So yeah, didn't upload anything. The notes, here's what the notes we discussed between me and the investor. So yeah, this is just a little sheet you guys can use. The revision, since your investors probably won't have this, I would say just put it in Word or Google Docs or Excel, and then just send it to them in an email. That's probably going to be the easiest way for you guys to get that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this at the end of the video just to get some extra knowledge on what it should look like and how you should format everything. So be sure to go ahead, like and subscribe to the video. If this helped you out, please leave a comment or send me a direct message or a private message of what you'd like to see next. And if you have any questions or need any help on anything, don't feel afraid to reach out to me. So have a good day and hope you have a good weekend.
Okay guys, so I just finished the video, and I did add just a little snippet of me going through the software that my investor has set up, and I gave some ways that if you guys don't have that or can't get that on your end, then go ahead and just make a Word document or something. I went over that. And one last thing I did want to mention that I forgot to mention in the video, if you guys are getting stuck, like say that you already have a property under contract and you're trying to find a buyer but you can't, or you just need help getting started off the ground and you're looking for someone to kind of not hold your hand but help out a little bit, just to get you introduced to everything and kind of discuss it in person. If you're from Indy, I would be available to help you guys out, but also if you're not from Indy, I would suggest finding another wholesaler in your area and trying to JV with them. So JV is a joint venture. So try to JV with them and see if they would be able to help you out. You're not going to be getting paid as much. You're probably going to get like half of it or just a percentage. The person doing most of the work that you're going to be JVing with, the other wholesaler is probably going to want to get most of the money, most of the fee, just because they're helping you out and they're obviously going to give you some, but they're going to be telling you how to do it and helping you out. So yeah, if you guys are getting stuck, you can always reach out to me, or if you're not from Indiana and you're out of state or in a different country or something, you could just go try to find another wholesaler in your area and try to connect with them, because even if you don't want to JV with them, it's just like a community game. So it's really good to get connected with other wholesalers. So if you find a property and you submit it to a few of your investors and they don't want it, you could just take it with another wholesaler and just JV it and just get it done. So that's another good outlet that you guys could use if you're getting stuck and you don't know where to start and you don't know how to get started, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing or any of that. I hope my videos are clearing it up just a little bit for you guys, but if you can't, I would go ahead and try to reach out to another wholesaler, and then even if you do that, get another wholesaler on board with you. It'd be nice for you to try to discuss with them, like, how did they get started, like what do they do on a daily basis and things like that, so you can kind of get a gist of what the daily activities are. It's also going to be good for you to talk to other wholesalers, so you can start building a buyer's list. You don't want to steal their buyers and investors, but you definitely maybe want to talk to them. So if you have a few properties that aren't suiting your investors' needs, then maybe they suit theirs. So it's just easier to JV it, and it's easier to get some more connections like that. So that's definitely a good thing. I recommend you guys do that. So yeah, this will be the end of the video. I'm gonna get this edited, and if you need anything else, feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. So have a good day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.